Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fish Tank. Now, as you might be able to guess, this week I would really like to talk about PlayStation VR. Now, PlayStation VR, unless you really haven't been paying attention, it came out just a few days ago on October 13th. And oh my gosh, I'd already tried it before at many press events. I tried it at E3, I tried it at PAX, but to finally have it in my hands so that I can just keep playing with it as long as I want, I can really fine-tune everything, all the controls. It works even better than I remembered. Like, first off, people are complaining, oh, the resolution's not as good as the HTC Vive. Well, for one thing, this is a $300 console rather than a $1,500 PC. This is a $400 headset rather than an $800 one. And the fact that this one actually performs pretty well, I mean, because so technically, yes, it is lower res, but it's also, it's an OLED screen, and you've got those subpixels, and it really makes it so that the anti-aliasing is really good. I'm really happy with it. But anyways, besides just talking about the headset, you already know all this. I really want to talk about my experiences about it and why I think that you really need to get your hands on one, really need to try it out before you judge this thing. Now, some of my favorite demos, one that comes with the bundle is the PlayStation VR Worlds, London Heist. This one, oh my god. My buddy Alex had played it, and I was jealous of him because I kept trying to play it, but I couldn't. I always ended up in some other demo. But I finally got my hands on it, and this really makes me curious about what they can do with a full-fledged action game. You just got this narrative. A lot of times you're sitting down, you might be interrogated, your boss might be giving you a job. There's just little things that they do that I thought were incredibly convincing. Like at one point, he hands you a cell phone to say, this is how I'm going to contact you during the mission. And so you're like, okay, well, you don't know what to do with the cell phone, so I just chucked it in the bag next to me. And all of a sudden you hear, and you're like, what? And you convincingly, it sounded like a cell phone, so I immediately was like, oh, picked it up. Text message from another guy that just walked in. It's stuff like that. Or you grab a cigar, you light it, you hold it up, and nothing's happening. But then you go, and it starts glowing red, and you blow it out, and oh my god, smoke is coming out. You just smoked that cigar. That stuff blew my mind. And then later, one of my favorite parts is you're doing the getaway. You're in a car, and you can change the radio station, you can change the volume, turn the AC on. Check the little sun visors. You can do all sorts in there, and then the action starts coming and people are coming from all sorts of directions. You can open the car door, look out the back of the car and shoot at people. This thing is incredibly convincing, and it's amazing how even though your hands are floating, your brain immediately is like, these are your hands. This is all contextual. That's even done to a greater degree in Job Simulator, in Batman VR. Job Simulator, one of my favorites, often reviewed with okay reviews, about the 7.5 range. This is one of those games that if you want something to prove to you what VR can do, this is the game for that. You're immediately transported into this little station to do your job, and you might be a store clerk, you might be a chef, but it's amazing that your brain's just you have cartoon hands. You are a cartoon now. And you just grab things and you can experiment, you can chuck them. Everything has the right kind of momentum. I was able to make, okay, not every time, but I was able to make baskets by throwing the aluminum cans into a recycling bin outside of my play area. It's hard not to talk about this without too much hype. And one thing that's also nice, you may not know, but everyone who, pretty much anyone can download it, but you can't really use it unless you have VR. There's the new Playroom VR, very similar to, they had the Playroom if you just had the camera. But this it starts giving other possibilities for what you can do. So I was playing a little 3D platformer, and it's kind of cool because like at first you're like, okay, that sounds kind of lame, but like, you have this character running around. But then you can like lean down, look at him, you can have him jump over you. And it's just like, it blows your mind, and then you look it around, and oh my, the most convincing part for me, I didn't expect this, especially from a little cartoon 3D platformer. I'm walking through a cave, and like all of a sudden, like I'm hearing this like, and so like I know I gotta help this guy, but I can't find him, so I'm going and I'm having trouble looking around. So to look all the way around, what I end up doing, I reach out expecting to grab the side of this cliff to help support me. It's not there. So I immediately was like, oh. But like, that tells you how immersive these games are. And it sounds like it might just be a gimmick. It sounds like it might be a fad. But honestly, get your hands on one of these. Test it for yourself. And if you have the money, go out and buy one. I really don't think you guys will regret it. And with that, that is this week's Fish Tank. A little off the cuff. I also have no idea if I'm even looking at the camera at this point. Can't really see much besides this game world, which is honestly disorienting because I feel like I'm in space right now. But if you like these videos, please comment down below. Hit the little subscribe button. Helps us a whole lot. Give us a thumbs up. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at NerdMuchCom. You can also find us on Facebook via the description below. I'd like to thank you all for joining me this week. I'll see you next time. Whoa. So I probably should have taken that off before walking because I immediately tripped over my sound equipment. So the levels are good. But basically, I want to talk to you about something that I thought was nice, completely unrelated to VR, but still related to controls. I was playing games with my girlfriend, and she hasn't really played games. I mean, she's watched people play games, but she hasn't played a lot of games, especially first-person shooters, since the original Halo. And what many young kids today don't realize, they don't understand why there's those inverted controls options in the menus. And I've honestly, like, even though I grew up mainly with Nintendo, and so when I did 3D games, it was kind of past, they'd already moved past the inverted controls. But she hadn't played games since she played them with inverted. And it just blew my mind because the way I think it's like, okay, up is up, down is down, left is left, even though I'm going the wrong way, right is right. And that made sense to me. Whereas I was trying to show her Firewatch, a game that I love so much. And for her, it was tricky. I would be like, hey, look up. And she would immediately look at the ground. And so she didn't realize that she needed inverted controls, so I went and switched it for her, and then things were fine. But it's just funny that some people just think of it differently, and so, like, to rationalize inverted controls, kind of think of it like if you're controlling the camera, so you have this beam, and if you press it down, you're looking up, you press it up, you're looking down, and vice versa. That's basically how she was thinking about it. And I don't know, it's just amazing to see someone who hadn't played games in so many years jump right in, immediately still think inverted. It blew my mind.